So for this practice, I would like to share a sequence of Yin and restorative practice that focuses on the hips, the legs, trying to stretch different directions of the muscles and joints. So for each poses, we'll be holding around 2 minutes, so that would be roughly 10 to 12 breaths. I will guide us through the transitions, and at home, if you have a blanket or something you would like to pad under the knees, a pair of blocks to bring the floor closer to the hands, and bolsters or rolled blankets towards and or pillows. Get creative with your prompts, and we'll begin. So grab what you need. We'll get to the first pose, being the front lunges. 2 dragons and lizards. So how I usually construct the blocks under my hands, and I will have a sandbag or some paddling that you can cushion the knees. So I'm stepping my left foot forward, and the blocks is kind of aligning with my heels, my right foot back. Gently adjust, and I'm resting my right knees on the cushion. You can also have the folded blankets under the knees. So we'll start in this upright position. You can adjust the feet, the knees. For the hands, you can resting them on the front knees, or you can rest them on the blocks. So we'll stay here for around 10 breaths. This is can be gentle or intense opening around the hips, the front hip on the right, also around the front body. If possible, invite the chest, the heart facing forward, chin gently tucked. Shoulders relaxed. Notice the space in the lower back. If you feel crunched, you can gently lean forward a little bit. Notice the abdomen gently expand to the front thigh. Feel more breath. when you come out, gently shift the hips back, straightening the front knee. Can introduce some gentle movements around the hip joint. Tuck the back toes. Shifting back and forward a few times. And we'll come to a lizard pose next. You can keep the knee pad here for the straightened leg, or if you want to try using a bolster to rest the back leg, sometimes I will have the bolster behind and under my back leg, and when I shift forward, I'll move the front knee towards the side of the mat. I'm rotating the blocks down and gently lower the body closer to the ground. So in this variation, it's more, you might feel more around the inner side of the front knees, front inner thighs. And as you inhale, imagine your head is reaching forward. And exhale, allow the hips to sink closer to the ground. Introduce some support on the back side of the neck so that the head is not hunching forward, hunching downward, but reaching forward. Take an inhale, feel the torso expand. And exhale, gently contract the lower abdomen inward and upward. Invite the body to stay at this edgy stretch in a relatively relaxed pose. If possible, invite the spine to remain long. Two more breaths. No rush. Slowly come to your hands. Get the torso upright. Straighten the front leg. Again, you can shift the hips back and forward. Exhale, straighten the front knee. Inhale, gently move forward. You can tuck the back toes. Exhale, come to a supported pyramid. Inhale to a lunge. And we'll switch to the other side. So we'll begin by the dragon pose on the left. So you can get the bolsters on the side. if you use them, and have the knee pad on the left knee. Step the right foot forward, and you can widen it a little bit to keep the balance when you come up front. Inhale. As you come to a low lunge, you can rest the hands on the right knee, and exhale gently. Invite the pelvic to rest forward. Chin tuck, spine tall, shoulders relaxed. Sometimes for me, I find a little bit wobbly when I have my hands on my front knee. So usually I find having the blocks next to my ankles helpful with resting my arms and keeping the torso balanced. And you might notice differences between the left and the right. Two more breaths here. So you're coming back, you can gently shift the hips backward as you exhale. Inhale forward. You can tuck the back toes. Exhale, maybe straighten both knees. Inhale forward. Just introduce some gentle movements back to the hip joints. And one option to try out the lizards is to continue having the knees pad on the left side and step the right foot to the outside of the mat, and then just come down to your elbows closer to the ground. That is also an option. And feel free to stay here, or if you have a blanket or a bolster that you want to try resting your back knee, you can also get it under the left leg. Both are great options. So again here, you can keep resting on your hands. Keep the spine elongated. We can lower to the elbows. Just notice the different placements of the front leg. Effects to the hip joints. Invite the back leg to relax. shoulders away from the ears, and head reaching forward. Each exhale, invite the pelvic to drape closer to the ground. Each inhale, notice the rib cages expand, head reaching forward, and each exhale, contract the lower abdomen inward and upward. 2 more breaths. Slowly, you can come to your hands. Gently push the torso up and hip switching back as you exhale. And maybe inhale, come forward. Tuck the back toes. Exhale, come to a gentle pyramid. A few more times. Inhale. And exhale. Introduce the circulation and the movements back to the body. Inhale. And exhale. You can step back. Move the block off the mat. Try a few rounds of gentle forward fold and low squat just to neutralize the spine and the hips. So inhale, arms reaching up. And exhale, fold forward. You can use the blocks if they're close by. Inhale to a flat back, eyes looking down. Exhale, hip down, sit down to a low squat. You can also lift the heels if that's easier. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, low squat. Chest facing forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, low squat. 2 more times. Inhale, flat back. You can also reach the arms back. Exhale, squat. 1 more inhale, flat back. And exhale, squat. You can move the blocks away from the mat. We'll come to a deer pose next. And before the deer pose, maybe we'll just try a few rounds of butterfly pose. So what can be helpful is just a deck of fold blanket behind the hips, and this would encourage a gentle tilt from the pelvic as you bend both knees in, it helps keeping the spine taut. So you can hold your ankles. So inhale, gently arch the spine, arch the heart forward, and exhale, round the back. This can be really subtle movements. Inhale, arch the heart forward. Try to keep the chin gently tucked. Exhale, round from the low back. Inhale, arch the heart. Exhale, round. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, roll back to a sit. And you can remove the blankets. And welcome to a deer pose, having the left leg forward and right leg back. So it is a 90 degrees configuration. You can have the left shin parallel with the short edge of the mat, and the right thigh is parallel to the left shin. Right shin is almost aligned with the long side of the mat. And you can move the blocks away. And take an inhale, feel the torso facing forward, resting the left hip on the mat, and exhale, gently fold forward. And I'll stay here for 10 to 12 breaths, about 2 minutes. Inhale, feel the upper abdomen expand. And exhale, allow the torso to drip forward. Maybe drip towards the left knee. Keep the left foot flexed. Again, inhale. Still invite the head to reach forward as opposed to downward. And exhale, invite the whole torso fold over the front leg. Inhale, breathing into the outside of the left hips. And exhale, invite any tension drifting away from the left hips. Inhale, notice the inner grind of the left leg. And exhale, invite that part of the body relax. Inhale, the full body getting elongated. And exhale, surrender to the earth. Allow gravity to support the work. The left knee should stay relaxed. A few more breaths here. Next inhale, slowly push from the hands. Allow the torso to come back to center. And exhale, we have both knees facing up towards the sky. Take an inhale here, chest open. Exhale, both knees dropping to the right. Or just shift this for a few times. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. One more time each side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale back to center. Switch sides. So I'll have the right leg forward, left leg back. Again, 90-90. You also might notice some difference from both sides. And as I come to the right side of my right hip, I do notice my left hip is hanging in the air, and that is okay as long as the knees, the hip joints are feeling relaxed. Take an inhale, torso facing forward. Keep the front foot gently flexed. As you exhale, fold forward over the front knee. And again, in this fold, try to elongate your head forward as opposed to back or down. Stay here for about 2 minutes. Each inhale, feel the torso elongated to the front. And exhale, allow it to drape over the front leg. Inhale, feel the opening around the outside of the right hips. And exhale, feel the gentle opening around the right inner thigh. Shoulders relax. You're doing great. And we are almost halfway through. Slowly come back to the breath. No rush. Gently come to your hand as you push the torso back up. And you can swipe the back foot forward. And we'll try this gentle movement. Again, just to drop both knees to one side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale. One more time on the right. Inhale, chest open. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. And gently come to a forward sit. Can keep the knees straight as long as the leg feels okay. Inhale, open the arms shoulder height, chest open. Exhale, fold forward. You can keep the knees gently bent. A few more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, open. Follow your own breath. Exhale, fold. Match the movements with each of your inhale and each exhale. 2 more rounds with your own breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, lower the hands, come to a seated position. So next we'll come to a supported frog pose. So again, if you would like to use the bolster, it can be handy to have it under the torso. And what I find also helpful is to have a folded blanket on one side of the mat so that I can rest my knees, one side of the knees on top. So you can come to your hands and knees. The knees on the mat can come to the very edge, and then you can gently internal rotate, or right now we can just find the knees, and one knee can rest on the bolster on the blanket, and you can shift forward and back. Just feel the gentle opening around the inner thighs. You don't need the bolster per se. If you want to come down to your elbows, and just you can allow the torso to hang, or you can allow it to drip over the bolster. If you have a bolster, you can gently turn the head to one side for half of the 1 minute. About 6 breaths here. Shoulders relax, torso relax. Here you are on your elbows. You remind the head of extending forward as opposed to hanging downward. Next inhale, if your head is turned to one direction, allow it to switch sides. This can feel quite intense on the inner joints. So invite some slow and deep breath to calm the body, calm the mind. A few more breaths. Next, inhale. Again, notice your elbows. You can shift the hips forward as you straighten, as you wiggle the knees closer together. Come to the hands and knees slowly, no rush. Maybe extend one leg back, the other. Gently rotate the thigh bones. And come to a sit on your hips. So we'll come to a kneeling position. Have some gentle stretch around the toes before the final rest. So how that works is you can keep the toes curled, and for me, I need to adjust my pinky toes so that it stays spacious, and I'll gently come to sit on my heels. Try to keep the heels right aligned with the arcs of the feet. And you can have something to cushion under the knees. Again, this can feel quite intense around the feet. So I'll just stay here for a minute. Inhale, feel the neck long. Exhale, drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Take an inhale here. And take an exhale here. Inhale, head back to center. Exhale, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Take an inhale here. And take an exhale here. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, head back to center. And exhale, drop the chin closer to the chest. Take one inhale here. And take an exhale here. Inhale, keep the teeth gently tucked as you lift the chins closer to the sky. Feel the gentle opening around the front side of the neck. And take an exhale, lower the chin back to neutral. Take one more inhale here, you're doing great. And exhale here. Shift forward slowly, hands on the mat. Release the toes. You can gently tap the toes on the mat. Shake it out. And come to a sit on the heels. Just take one inhale here. Feel the blood flow. Take an exhale here. So for the resting pose, it will be you can rest. You can invite the legs to rest on the chair or on the sofa, or you can have this configuration where the blocks are acting as a bridge, and this would create an elevated surface for the knees. So whichever way you find comfortable, you can have the hips getting closer to the supporting face, and lie down. Maybe shift the legs, the hips, just to feel the support. And as you exhale, invite the thigh bones to rest into the hip socket, knees relaxed. Feel the hip joints being supported by the floor. And exhale, invite the whole pelvic area to feel heavy. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Each inhale, notice the gentle rising. And exhale, notice the gentle falling. Allow the arms to feel heavy. Notice the touching surface on the back side of the body, from the back side of the head, maybe the back side of the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, hands. Allow the fingertips to feel restful and spacious. Feel the backside of the upper body, mid-back, lower back, hips. Be the support from the elevated surface to the lower legs. Take an inhale, breathing in of the support, and breathing out, invite the body to surrender. Gently come back to the body. Come back to the breath. Inhale. Introduce some movement around the toes, around the fingers. And exhale here. Next inhale, maybe point the toes and stretch the arms overhead. And exhale, relax the toes. Lower the arms and hug the knees towards the chest. Hands on the knees. Inhale, knees away. Exhale, knees to the chest. Just 2 more times. Waking up the hip joints. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Roll to one side of the body. No rush. Slowly push yourself back towards the seat. If you wish, I invite you to join the palms in front of the chest. Take an inhale, notice this unique body, mind, and breath. And exhale, bow to the shared practice and time with one another. I hope you find the practice relaxed. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave below. And I hope to see you next time. Take care.